Hi and welcome to this video on editors. Editors are software used to write and edit text. There are several types. Some are free, others are paid for. To learn HTML and CSS really well, you'll need a plain text editor to be able to write the HTML and CSS code from scratch. You cannot use software like Microsoft Word, although it can edit text, but it is not a plain text editor. You need the plain text editor to write HTML and CSS code, which are usually text. Okay, so in this video I'll mention some of the useful free ones. For Windows, you have Notepad. Notepad comes free with all Windows-based installation, so it comes pre-installed. You don't need to install anything, it's already there. In Macs, you've got the TextEdit. This is also pre-installed. You've got others that are free, very useful, but they have to be downloaded and installed. An example is Notepad++. This is a very powerful editor. It's free to download and install, but it will only work on a Windows-based PC. You've also got the Text Wrangler. This is free to download and install, but we only work on Macs. Okay, so in this course I will be using Notepad++. So I'll be downloading, installing, and then using Notepad++ editor. I like this editor for a few reasons. I like the way the code numbers are specified within the editors. I also like the way it highlights the keywords within the text editor, and also it's got other functions as well. You can also view the web pages from within the editor. So when I get it installed, I'll show you what I mean. It's really useful too. So this is my preferred editor. Alright, okay, so just to recap, the editors I'll be talking about here, or I've spoken about: Notepad, free with all Windows installations. Then you got TextEdit, this is free with Macs. Then you got Notepad++, this works for Windows PCs only. And then you got the Text Wrangler, this works for Macs. Okay, so these are the four. They're quite popular, but the one I'm going to use is Notepad++. As I am on a Windows PC, I will show you where to find the Notepad editor. So you're going to start usually within all programs and the accessories folder. So if you go into accessories and you find Notepad, there is Notepad, so click on that. So this is what the Notepad software looks like. So I'll write an example HTML code to see how it works. So the illustration will be of a H1 header, which is an HTML code. So I'll start with the HTML tag, which is a left angle bracket H1, and then close that, and then I'll write the document within. This is a heading, just like a heading in a newspaper magazine. Okay, so this here, just to let me describe what I've written here. This is a tag, the anchor brackets are tags, and the H1 is an element. The tags usually comes as pairs, so you've got the opening and then the closing tag, which comes with a /. Okay, so this is an example of an HTML text or code written in Notepad editor. So once you've written your code, you have to save it. So I'm going to save this, and you need to save it in the formats. Because I want it to open up as a web page, I'm going to save it as a HTML document. To do this, you'll go to File I do save as, specify. I'm saving it to my desktop, and then I have to give it a name. If you don't give it a name, it will not open up as a web document. It opens up as a text editor. So so if I save it as a text, let me save it as a text so you see what it looks like. So if I save it as a text and save it there, if we open that, this is what it looks like as a text. Okay, so if I open that, there you go. So it opens up as a text. But if I want to save the same document as a web page, you see the difference. So you go File, Save As, same document. I'll do save. You do select the drop down Save As, select all files, and then I need to specify which file type, which is .html. HTML documents must be saved as HTML. So if I click save, there you go. If you notice, the icon has changed. So this icon here is when you save the document as a text, as a plain text document, and this is when you save the same document as a HTML document. So if I run this, it should open up in the browser. There you go. See, this is a heading. So you have, this is the first code. This is a HTML code. Okay, so this is an example of writing an HTML code in a plain text editor. Alright, so that's just an example, but my preferred editor is Notepad++. So I'm gonna download and install Notepad++, and then you can see why I prefer that one. Okay, I'm gonna install Notepad++. So just open your browser and type in Notepad++, Notepad++, and it will be the first one. So click on that, and this is what the Notepad++ looks like. You can see how beautiful it looks. You see how the numbering is. It numbers the lines of code, so it makes it easy to identify if there's an issue with a certain line within the code. It's really useful, and you notice how it highlights the keywords. Okay, so to install, I will go to, you look on the release, okay, and download the most recent version. Okay, so to download, click on this and then click on download, or you can go here, Notepad release. So I'll click download, and then it says the current version, so click on the current version. So double click on that, and it gives you different types of download. So you could download as an installer. It tells you take this if you have no idea which one you want to take. We'll just go for this to make it easier. So I click on that, and there it is downloading. I'll just pause the video while it downloads. Okay, the download is now complete. So I'll just double click on this and begin the download. Say English, click on that, next. I click agree, just accept the default destination folder, click next, accept everything here, click next. Would I like to create a shortcut? I'll say no for now, and then I'll let it install. There you go, it's finished, and it tells you, do you want to run? Yes, let's run that. Okay, so this is the Notepad++ editor. So I've written the same code I wrote using the Windows Notepad, and you can see here the code already is high. There is a number there, it tells you the number on which the code is written, and I need to save this document. So if I save it, save as. One thing I like with this is that it gives you, see where it says save time, it gives you different types of files here. So if it's not an HTML document, if it's a CSS document, you can save it as a cascading style sheet. It's really useful, but for this purpose it's an HTML, so I select HTML. So I'm saving this document as HTML. I'll call it text. Yeah, I'll call it test, or let me say, or test 2 because I've already got one called test. Okay, I'll call it test 1, and then I'll save it on the desktop. If you notice, you see as soon as it is saved, it highlights the keywords. You notice it's highlighted the H1 tag or the H1 element embedded in a tag. Okay, and then if I don't need to go out of this application to run to know what the code looks like, I can just go run and run in Chrome, and it will launch the website. There you go. See, so that's the difference between the Notepad++ and the Notepad editor. Okay, so you could it's up to you what you prefer, but I prefer the Notepad++. So thank you for watching this video. I hope the information has been useful, and in the course, during the duration of this course, I will be writing my HTML and CSS code using the Notepad++ editor. Thank you for watching, and see you in subsequent videos. Bye.